Do you believe that the dead can find their way home just to send you a single message? I miss you? I didn't. At least, not until 3 weeks ago when everything in my life began to unravel. In Portland, Oregon, amid gray, damp afternoons and the burnt smell of coffee along Burnside Street. Arthur, my younger brother, died on September 25th in an accident near Salem. A drunk driver hit him while he was crossing a road off the I-5 highway. He wasn't in a car, just a 16-year-old high school student with a black backpack and worn sneakers. The police said they found him by the roadside and could only identify him through the student ID in his bag. His phone, however, was missing. When they called home, my mother collapsed right there on the kitchen floor. My father sat silently all night. I just stood there, gripping my own phone, still holding our unfinished conversations. Messages with no replies. I knew he would never answer, yet I still texted. Not to receive anything back, but simply to feel that the thread connecting me to him wasn't severed. But tonight, it rang. It was 7:25 p.m. Outside, Portland was shrouded in a thin, damp mist. I was sitting in my room, the desk lamp illuminating old photographs. Arthur standing in the middle of Jefferson High's courtyard, smiling until his eyes squinted. I had just sent him the last message. I miss you so much. Then the screen lit up. I miss you too. Where are you? I froze. I stared at that message for over a minute without breathing. My hands went ice cold. My heart pounded so hard that I had to sink to the floor. Everything in my mind shattered. Truth, reason, belief. My brother was dead. I had seen the memorial photo, the coffin, the police report confirming his death. I didn't tell my parents. They'd think I'd gone mad. I still texted back. Who is this? How do you have my brother's phone? Is this a joke? The reply came immediately, without a second's delay. It's me. I'm Arthur. I woke up. My leg hurts, but I'm on my way home. I dropped the phone. It hit the floor, a tiny sound that in the silence rang like a gunshot. I struggled to breathe. My leg hurts. I remembered vividly, Arthur's left leg had been crushed in the crash. How could anyone else know that? No one except my family and the coroner. I texted back, voice trembling. What do you mean by on my way home? Where are you? No reply. 1 minute, 10 minutes, almost an hour passed. Then at 7:37, the screen lit up again. I'm your brother. I'm coming back to you all. I just sat there, listening to the ticking of the clock. Somewhere out there, wind whistled through the window. Rain began to fall lightly. Portland nights were icy, and in that cold, I felt something else, as if a spirit was following the wet streets, making its way back to my home. At 9:07, another message arrived. I'm getting close. Too dark to see. My leg hurts, but I'm still moving. I swallowed hard, my heart threatening to burst. Where are you? I typed back. Maybe nearby. I jumped up, ran to the ground floor. My mother was asleep, my father too. The small house on the outskirts of Forest Park was quiet, with only the hallway's yellow light spilling faintly. I locked all the windows, bolted the front door, turned on the porch light, and placed a chair in the middle of the foyer. Outside, the heavy rain grew stronger. The damp smell of wet wood seeped through the cracks. I sat waiting, eyes fixed on the phone. 9:38. I'm close. I can't quite remember which house is mine. I'll look for the light. I leapt up, slammed the light switch. Lights out! The house plunged into thick darkness. I nearly held my breath. A minute later, the phone buzzed again. I saw a house lights go out. I think that's mine. I'm coming. No way. But my heart knew my brother, or something taking his shape, was approaching. I ran to the kitchen, grabbed the longest knife. My hands shook. 9:40. I'm here. I sat on a chair, heart hammering. Outside, the rain had stopped. There was nothing but suffocating silence. Then, 3 soft knocks, tap. I heard dragging footsteps, then a hoarse, trembling voice through the door. Let me in. My leg hurt so much. I froze. That voice, I recognized it instantly. It was Arthur. But it couldn't be. I trembled as I moved closer to the door, peeking through a small gap in the curtain. Outside, the front yard bathed in streetlight revealed a figure. A person, or something, stood there, soaked, head tilted slightly. My brother's face, but pale, distorted, as if his flesh were dissolving in the rain. One leg dragged on the ground, leaving muddy streaks. Arthur, I whispered, not knowing why. The figure turned. His eyes were pitch black, cavernous, and I heard teeth gnashing. Let me in. I'm cold. I stepped back, gripping the knife. Every retreat, the wooden floor creaked, as if the house itself feared him. The phone buzzed again. A new message. Open the door. I can see you. I looked toward the window. Outside, those eyes were staring straight at me. Through the glass, through the night, through everything. And it smiled. I don't remember when I fell. When I woke, the wall clock read 10:21. The house was still dark. No knocks, no footsteps, nothing except the phone on the floor, screen still lit, an unread message. I picked it up, hands shaking. I'm inside now. I turned around. The back door was ajar. I saw the back door open, knife still clutched in hand. Rain fell, streetlights dimly illuminating the yard. A cold wind blew in, rustling the curtains, carrying the smell of wet earth and a strange burnt odor. I didn't dare breathe deeply. The figure stepped inside. At first, it looked like Arthur, but I immediately sensed something wrong. His skin was pale, ghostly. His eyes no longer sparkled, but were pitch black and bottomless. When he smiled, sharp, jagged teeth gleamed, and I heard joints crack. The back door slammed with a thud, and in that moment, I knew my brother was no longer Arthur. The final text buzzed on the phone. Open the door. I can see you. But as I looked closer, the light from the screen illuminated that face. I saw something not human. A swirl of dark energy filled his eyes, making my heart almost stop. In that moment of terror, I remembered the story the old woman at the edge of Forest Park had told me years ago when Arthur was still alive. An old woman named Martha, living alone in the woods, known for her summoning rituals. People said she could turn the spirits of wrongfully dead children into servants of demons. I looked closer, and realized Arthur no longer looked human. He seemed transformed by some summoning spell into a demon. His leg still hurt, but not like before. Twisted, torn flesh that seemed to stitch itself as he moved, fast as a hunting beast. "Open the door. I'm hungry." Arthur's voice, now guttural, no longer my brother, but a whisper from the abyss. I stepped back, slipping through the living room, trying to lock all windows and doors. But whenever I moved, he, now demon Arthur, appeared closer. Footsteps and horrifying rumbles echoed throughout the house. The space seemed suffocating. I could smell dried blood and charred flesh, as if the demon had just devoured a creature. I thought of my parents. They were still upstairs, innocent, sleeping. If I didn't act, whatever was downstairs would tear them apart, just as it had shattered the peace of our home. I tried to grab my phone to call 911, but the signal was gone. Perhaps the demon had taken control of everything. Arthur advanced. I saw his arms, fingers, twisted and elongated like claws. His voice was still guttural, but dripping with mockery. "You will stay with me forever. We'll play games in blood." I ran up the stairs, banging on my parents' door. They were still asleep, unconscious. I yanked the covers, screamed, but the screams were swallowed by darkness and the demons hissing below. Arthur didn't follow, standing at the foot of the stairs, eyes locked on me like a predator playing with its prey. I knew Martha. What she wanted was a soul to control, and Arthur was the victim. There was no negotiating. I realized the only thing I could do was fight or run. But with the demon's speed and strength, I was almost hopeless. I raised the knife, ready to fight. Demon Arthur laughed, a hellish sound echoing through the house. He charged up the stairs, each step accompanied by a wail. I stumbled back, heart racing, sweat and rain mixing on my face. "He's not Arthur," I whispered to myself, not daring to look away. The demon laughed loudly, leaping toward me. In that instant, I felt a power beyond imagination, as if my brother was now a resurrected entity, summoned by Martha to exact revenge and spread terror through our family. I stepped back, felt warm blood spurt, screams tearing through my throat. I knew if I didn't escape, no one would survive this house. I had to find a way out of this Portland house before Demon Arthur pounced again. Outside, the rain continued. Knocks, hisses, laughter, all fused into a symphony of hell. I gripped the knife, ready for a life or death battle between my family and my once brother Arthur, now a demon summoned by an old forest witch. I had no time to think. Demon Arthur had leapt up the stairs, shaking the old wooden planks. Hissing and laughter echoed through the Portland house, making my heart nearly explode. I stepped back, leapt over the table, knife in hand. But the demon's power was unimaginable. Each step Arthur took, the sound pounded into my spine, making me shiver as if I were about to faint. I ran up the stairs, legs trembling, sweat drenched my shirt. I grabbed my father's hand, pulling my mother from the bed, shouting across the dark room, "Dad, Mom, Arthur, he's not our brother anymore. He's been controlled by Martha. He's a demon. We have to run now." My father's eyes widened, body frozen, mouth agape. My mother stepped back, clutching the covers, eyes wild. I inhaled deeply, forcing my voice to sound calm but trembling. "No time to explain. I don't know why she's targeting our family. But if we stay here another second, Arthur will..." My voice broke with fear, heart pounding in my chest. My father took a deep breath, cold eyes gleaming in the dim hallway light, then spoke, voice trembling but urgent. "Martha, she used to live near Forest Park. Years ago, my father sued her over that piece of forest land. He forced her out. She was driven away, and from then on she harbored deep hatred. Her whole life has nurtured this grudge, and now, when Arthur..." I looked at my parents, saw terror and tension in their eyes, sweat dotting their foreheads, hearts pounding. The sounds outside, wind rattling the windows, Arthur's horse hissing from below, made us all tremble. I grabbed their hands, pulled them up. "Hurry! There's no turning back. We must leave the house now." My mother panted, clutching my hand. My father stepped forward, looking up the stairs, where Arthur's distorted figure stood, black eyes, gnashing teeth like a demon. I knew that if we hesitated even a second, we would lose everything. I looked at my parents, heart racing, legs trembling. I dragged them to the car, rain pelting us, wind cutting into our skin, water mixing with sweat, aching every muscle. The three of us sped down Burnside Street, dodging corners in the dark. Our only goal, the church near downtown Portland, where I knew the priests could help with prayers, light, and divine power. When we arrived at the church, the air was taut like a stretched string. I hauled my parents out, each step climbing the wet stone stairs. The large wooden doors opened, wind whistling in, mingling with the soft ringing of bells. We rushed inside, dropped to our knees on the cold floor, rain still dripping from our hair, soaking our clothes. I felt my heart ready to burst, breath rapid, yet words of prayer trembling from my lips. Outside, on the church's rooftop, Arthur appeared. The demonic figure, black swirling eyes, gnashing teeth, coiled body brimming with malice. A hoarse roar echoed down, shaking the windows. He lunged at the window with supernatural speed, as if to tear everything apart. But the priests were ready. Candlelight flickered, holy water sprinkled throughout, and rituals of warding echoed. Their chants, blending with the deep tolling of bells, created a warm golden light, enveloping Demon Arthur. I felt divine power sweep through him, restraining his fury, forcing him to retreat step by step toward the rooftop. Hisses, screams echoed through the church, shaking my heart. Yet I closed my eyes, trembling, praying every second. I smelled faint, burning, felt heat from the sacred light pushing back the darkness. Finally, a miracle happened. Arthur was forced back outside, his demonic form stabilizing, body halting, back slightly arched, gasping hoarsely. Yet his pitch-black eyes, full of hatred, remained fixed on us, a silent threat. On the rooftop, Martha stood, face wrinkled, hand raised, radiating a powerful aura. She curled her lips in a contemptuous smile, voice trembling but cold. "One day, all will belong to me." We shivered, hearts racing, sweat mixing with rain, still kneeling on the church floor. The miracle had saved us, but deep down, I knew Arthur was no longer my brother. Martha had not given up, and that darkness would return, stronger at any time.